in America's heartland. Logan Storley, Zendeli just wrapped it up a few seconds ago. Sean O'Connell, the legendary outlaw Dan Hardy, and the hometown hero, the Storm, Logan Storley, successful again here at the Sanford Pentagon. He moves to 8-0 in this very building where he started his pro mixed martial arts career. I mean, what a night, what a fight. Yeah. Dan asked you in the post-fight interview if that went the way you thought it would, and you were prepared for exactly what your name is, a Storm.
Yeah, you know, he's long and he's awkward, and it's hard to time him, right? Once I was on the ground, it was fine, but it was hard to get to him on the feet, you know, a little bit.
What caught you here? Was this a knee, do you think?
No, that was
oh, was it a palm? Was it
yes,
something?
it was a palm, I think, and it cut me.
Okay.
And then I think it was from the knee a little bit.
Yeah, right.
So.
I think we've got some highlights to show you.
So we'll take a look at the highlights here. Logan Storley, Zendeli, ranked versus ranked. He didn't really waste any time in the first round, and then in the fighter meetings he said, if he takes me down, I'll get up. You pinned him to the mat and wouldn't give him any space.
Yeah, you know, he kept holding the cage there, and but it was just chopping at his knees, you know, and tiring him out.
Yeah, we noticed that you were doing that in the first round. You were standing on his ankle on one side and kneeing the outside of his knee on the other. Really clever work, buckling his base and stuff. What was the game plan to try and get into the takedowns?
You know, a lot of fakes, good movement, hard punches, get to your shots.
And how did you feel walking out into this arena?
This is one of the loudest PFL, you know.
It was amazing.
It's the best, with the American flag and the Toby Keith song. It's special. Yeah. It's special here.
Were you struggling all day to kind of keep you calm?
Yeah, you want to listen to the crowd when you walk out. You can't let them down, right? They're singing the song, they're finishing it. You had to go and perform for them, and I'm so happy that I did.
Yeah. Absolutely, you did. I got to ask you, did anything hurt you in that third round? Because he was hitting you with some stuff, but you stayed possessed of your thoughts, obviously, and the way that you turned the corner on that last takedown obviously shows the pedigree.
He hit me with one good shot in the third, you know, but besides that, it was just getting to my stuff and dominating and high pressure and trying to hurt him.
30-25, you don't hear that scorecard very often in pro mixed martial arts. The two penalties in round one and the dominant performance from Logan Storley here to finish a great night in Sioux Falls. Man, go to your after party, have some fun.
Thank you guys, appreciate it.
Congratulations.
All right, let's talk about the co-main event as well. Gaji Rabadanov, Alex Chizhov. And Chizhov, similar to Zendeli, he's had success on the regional scene. He came up through the PFL Europe ranks. Third time was a charm for him there, and he really believed he had what it takes against Gaji Rabadanov. But if you learned anything tonight as an MMA fan, there is a dominant skill to have in this sport, and that, my friends, is wrestling.
Absolutely, and we saw a lot of variety of wrestling tonight. We saw some great takedowns, we saw some incredible ground control and ground striking, and also some really, really intelligent performances as well. People managing their energy, managing their decision making really, really well. Just a high-level fight all the way through tonight.
And look, for Logan Storley and for Gaji Rabadanov, it was high stakes because both of them were coming off losses, which is not familiar territory for guys with their level of talent, their level of success, and you don't want to start a streak. It can erode your confidence. Obviously, we've got rankings in the PFL now. You can't afford to take a backward step, and both of them got back to winning form. Really impressive in the co-main and the main. And how about, I called this the people's main event. This was my main event tonight. I love both of these fighters. It's great to see Emiliano Sordi back. And Dan, 4 minutes, 4:57 in round number one. I was like, oh, Sordi's back on his form. But then Simeon Powell landed a big combination, changed the whole complexion of the fight.
This fight was incredible, how it just swung back and forth, as you would expect. I mean, we know how durable Sordi is, and we know how skilled he is across the board. But the flow of this fight was all based on Simeon's confidence, in my opinion. when the fight was slipping away, he was struggling to recover his confidence. Then he would land something, and he would see the effect it had on his opponent, and all of a sudden his confidence would rise. And that ebb and flow that we saw all the way through the fight is really what gave it the drama. But going forward, Simeon's got to lock that down. He's got to believe in himself from now on, because if he can finish Storley, he can finish anybody.
Well, that's exactly right. Emiliano Storley is really, really difficult to put away. And people have hit him hard in the past, doesn't even react. Wobbled several times by Simeon Powell. That man has unlimited potential in this division. He is massive, 6'5", with a 7-foot-plus reach. I mean, the guy is hard to hit. What a fight between these two, and Kennedy Smith caught up with Simeon Powell.
Simeon, that was an incredible fight. 3 rounds, it was action-packed. What are your feelings right now?
Man, that was a tough fight. One that I'll be honest, I wasn't expecting that. He put up a great fight. He was tricky, and he caught me with some big shot, but I had to dig deep and show everyone that I've got a heart of a champion.
And dig deep you did. I feel like at the end of it, it really came down to who had the bigger gas tank. Talk to me about in the second round when he was just slapping you. Was he just trying to get on your nerves, annoy you? What were you thinking?
Yeah, he was trying to get under my chin and secure that choke, but I could hear my corner giving me the right advice, and I was just being patient. I knew, because he was on my back as well, I could hear him breathing. So I was like, I just got to survive this round. I'll get him in the third.
What does a big win like this do for you, for your confidence, and just show you as a fighter who you really are?
Yeah, no, it was great. I feel I needed a fight like this, to prove to myself I'm capable and I've got the heart. But I think what this fight does is it gives me the confidence to know that I can compete with the best in the world.
Fantastic win. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Sean.
Thank you, Sim and Kennedy. How about the performance from Sergey Bilisteny? Reina Fajeda was not so much of a problem for this Russian.
Look, this was a very kind of one-sided fight all the way up until that knockdown. It was a really solid performance from Bilisteny. And of course, to be able to finish it with such an emphatic knockout like he did, we can see it right now. Wow. I mean, almost spun his head round like an owl. It was a beautiful counter right hook. And it was just the perfect way to deal with someone who's 6'8" that can deal all kinds of problems in your direction. Bilisteny drowned him, he smashed him on the floor, and then he took him out with a big right hand. A solid performance, and a huge problem at heavyweight is Sergey Bilisteny.
He gave up 10 inches in reach in that fight and still found the knockout punch himself. Magomed Magomedov, Leandro Higo, these guys have been jawing back and forth all week. There was a weight miss that I think caused a little bit more aggravation and some anger in this matchup. And they were, between rounds, they were talking to one another. Even after the fight, they were talking to one another. Magomed Magomedov able to crown out of a really tight guillotine attempt here in the second round for Leandro Higo, and ultimately got his hand raised.
Yeah, a couple of really close moments there from Higo. He had a couple of really, really exciting opportunities with those guillotine attempts in particular. Magomedov, though, showing his pedigree and showing his ability to control with his wrestling. One big slam towards the end of the fight there. A really good performance. I do honestly think that we're going to see those guys fight again, though. I mean, certainly not backstage, because we need to keep them apart. We need to get them back in the cage again, because they really don't like each other. And I like that kind of needle.
There's a nice shot of the Logan Storley team. Mitch McKee there just entering the picture. Obviously, Logan Storley was a big reason why Mitch McKee found his way down to Kill Cliff out of the University of Minnesota wrestling program. So far, so good for McKee. Here's the upcoming schedule. We'll be in Brussels in a few weeks. Patrick Aberora, Benson Henderson, your main event there. Then San Diego at the end of June for AJ McKee, Salamat Izbulayev. How about that Brussels main event? Main event fight, Patrick Aberora, undefeated rising star out of the Belgium mixed martial arts scene.
Patrick Aberora! What a knockout that was! Oh! Head kick! What a finish for the Belgian Bomber! Oh, he's out! Patrick Aberora again!
Leon France! What a superstar!
We have a new star in the welterweight division.
Patrick Amarora, he needs no introduction in Brussels. The MMA world is getting to know this young man. He is currently ranked number 8 in our welterweight division. He is undefeated still. 7 of his 8 pro victories have come by knockout. Unlimited star potential for that guy. And every time you ask him, what do you want? Who do you want to fight? He just says, give me something bigger. Give me something better.
He wants former champions, he wants legends, he wants to make a name for himself by taking out some of your favorite fighters, and that's most likely what he's going to try and do in Brussels. He wants to take Ben Henderson's head clean off his shoulders, throw it into the Brussels crowd, along with the flares and all kinds of craziness that will be going on there. But Ben Henderson, we can't forget how good he is, how capable he is in every single range. Patrick Amarora may have bitten off more than he can chew here if he doesn't fight like a veteran himself.
A world championship caliber crafty veteran has been a big problem for rising stars in the past in this sport. We'll see how it plays out in Brussels on May 23rd. Before we say goodbye tonight, though, I hate doing this. I hate saying goodbye for now, for real, to one of the most important people in our PFL family. Mike Negron has been so good for us since the very, very beginning. Yeah, we'll give you a microphone. You know what?
Mike.
Oh no, it's live.
You can say what you want to say, but after I tell you how much we love you and we're going to miss you, moving on to greener pastures, we hope bigger and better things for Mike Negron, but I don't want to let anyone escape this PFL family anymore without us expressing our gratitude.
Well, thank you both, Sean, Dan. I'd be remiss without saying Juliana Barcia. Thank you very much for bringing me on this journey. I'm going to miss all you guys. It's bittersweet, but it has been a ride. I've traveled the world. I've made a family, and thank you all very much.
Good luck, my friend. As soon as the camera cuts, we're going to kick the deuce out of him.
We'll start bullying him as soon as that camera turns off.
Cut the cameras.
But right now, we love him. PFL in Brussels. PFL in San Diego. A little bird has told me Dan Hardy's got a big week coming. You'll see more of that if you follow him and the PFL on social media. We'll have more announcements, big fight announcements coming, events, locations, cities around the globe. I'm excited to tell you we are not slowing down. Scan that QR code. Join us in Brussels for Patrick Amarora, Benson Henderson in a welterweight main event. Thanks to all of you for listening. Thanks to everyone behind the scenes who makes these shows possible. Big thanks to Sioux Falls. By the way, the food here, absolutely unbelievable. Don't sleep on Sioux Falls. Come visit and tell them Sean O'Connell and the PFL sent you. Have a great night, everybody. Remember, Eric Lee, welcome back. It's so good to have you. Janie Lee, we're hoping for good things with your recovery. Good night, everybody.